Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2024 Panini Prizm NASCAR to get into. Let me get started. Feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save it as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we got live eBay Live. I'll see you in the no purchase that safe. I'll link down in the description. All right, box number one. Good luck, everybody. Kyle Larson red out of 299, Ty Dillon out of 199, and John Hunter Nemechek. Jonathan Creed out of 399, Connor Moss Silver, and Chris Bell. Andreas Perez de Lara. Ryan Newman out of 299, Justin Haley, Silverado, Dylan Hart Jr. Christian Rose out of 399, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Newman, Silver, and Nick Sanchez out of 99. Jake Garcia, Christian Rose, Jake Garcia, red out of 299, Ty Dillon out of 199, and Chase Elliott. Connor Mosak, Chris Buescher out of 399, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Silver, and Ryan Blaney. Brandon Jones, red out of 299, and Kyle Petty, Silver Auto. Throwback. Ryan Blaney. Ben Rhodes out of 399, Chase Elliott Silver, and Dennis Suarez. William Sawalich out of 299, William Sawalich out of 49, Carolina Blue, and Bill Elliott. Lane Riggs out of 75, King Petty, Taylor Gray Silver, and Kyle Busch. William Sawalich, Denny Hamlin, red auto, 37 out of 49, Eric Jones out of 399, Austin Cindric out of 199, and Bubba Wallace. William Sawalich, Austin Cindric out of 299, Terry Labonte, and Jimmy Johnson. Box number 2. Jeff Gordon out of 399, Ryan Preece out of 199, Ty Gibbs. Alex Bowman out of 299. Ryan Preece and Ross Chastain. Shane Van Gisbergen. Bubba Wallace out of 75. Redemption, Darryl Waltrip. Legendary signatures. And Ryan Blaney, National Pride out of 99. Wallace Allen out of 399. Jimmy Johnson Silver. And William Byron. Carson Quapple. Ryan Newman out of 99. Mark Martin. Mojo out of 25. Ross Chastain. Cole Custer out of 399. Chris Bell and Kyle Busch. Carson Quapple. Kyle Busch out of 99. Sheldon Creed. Mojo Auto out of 25. Kyle Busch. Matt DiBenedetto out of 399. Kevin Harvick Silver and Joey Logano. Kyle Busch out of 299. Daniel Dye out of 199 and Martin Truex Jr. Bobby Allison out of 399. Josh Berry and Denny Hamlin. Andreas Perez Lara. Jake Garcia. Carl Edwards Mojo 6 out of 15. Justin Allgaier out of 299. Eric Jones out of 199 and Alex Bowman. Christian Rose, Connor Mossack, Tony B out of 399, Lane Riggs, and Jimmy Johnson, pot of gold out of 99. Box number 3. Josh Berry out of 99, Chandler Smith Silver, and Haley Deegan. Daniel Dye out of 399. Bobby Allison out of 199, and Josh Berry. Lane Riggs, Daniel Hemrick out of 299, Denny Hamlin Silver, and Dale Jarrett. Lane Riggs, Richard Petty out of 399, Tommy Joe Martins, Blue Auto out of 49, Jeff Gordon Groovy. William Sawallich. Nick Sanchez, red, out of 299. William Sawallich, silver, and Kevin Harvick. Tyler Reddick, out of 75. Ryan Newman, out of 199. Bubba Wallace. Shane Van Gisbergen out of 399. Jeff Gordon Silver and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Shane Van Gisbergen, Ben Rhodes out of 299. Sammy Smith Silver Auto. And Tyler Reddick, Victory Lane out of 25. Mojo. Shane Van Gisbergen. Dale Jarrett out of 399. Austin Dillon silver and Jimmy Johnson. Dennis Suarez out of 299. William Byron out of 25. And Bill Elliott. Ryan Newman out of 75. Zane Smith silver and Chris Buescher. Red auto from Matt Kenseth. 6 out of 75. Jimmy Johnson out of 299. Cole Custer out of 199. And Chase Briscoe. Box number 4. Brandon Jones out of 299. Carl Evans out of 199. And Ryan Blaney. Andreas Perez-Alara. Nick Sanchez out of 75. Bubba Wallace and Daniel Suarez. Christian Rose. Natalie Decker out of 399. Redemption Martin Truex Jr. Patented penmanship autographs Prizms. Mojo. That could be out of 15 or out of 25. Todd Gilliland out of 49. Jake Garcia. Connor Mossack. Matt DiBenedetto out of 299. John Hunter Nemechek and Bill Elliott. Connor Mossack. Christian X out of 399. Alan Kulwicki. Carolina Blue out of 49. And Kyle Busch. Todd Gilliland out of 99. Nick Sanchez silver and Bubba Wallace. Todd Gilliland out of 399. Sage Karam Silverado and Jimmy Johnson. William Sawalich. Lane Riggs, Cole Custer out of 99, Matt Kenseth silver, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Lane Riggs. Jeff Gordon out of 399, Kevin Harvick out of 199, Jonathan Creed. William Sawalich. Austin Cindric out of 299. Cars of Popple, silver, and Chase Elliott. Noah Gragson, red auto out of 99. Kurt Busch out of 299. Alan Kulwicki out of 199. And Alex Bowman. Tony B out of 299. Tyler Ankrum, silver, and Greg Biffle, victory lane out of 99. Ben Rhodes out of 399. Austin Cindric out of 199. And Victory Lane, Jesse Love, gold, 1 of 10. Jimmy Johnson out of 99. Corey LaJoie, silver. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. Shane Van Gisbergen. Ryan Preece out of 399. Dave Blaney, silver. Auto. And Sheldon Creed. Justin Haley out of 99. Alex Bowman, silver. And Chase Elliott. Richard Petty out of 399. And Parker Retzlaff, gold, 5 out of 10. Alex Bowman. Martin Truex Jr. out of 299. William Byron, silver. And Chris Butcher. Tony Stewart out of 399. Lane Riggs, silver auto. Kevin Harvick. Carson Quapple. Ty Dillon out of 299. Ryan Preece, silver. And Dale Jarrett. Terry Labonte out of 75. Brandon Jones out of 199. And William Byron. Dale Jarrett out of 399. Matthew Benedetto, silver. And Dennis Suarez out of 99. Corey Heim, Mojo Auto, 5 out of 25. Jeremy Clements out of 299. Brandon Jones out of 199. And William Byron. Roger Caruth out of 399. Chris Bell, silver. And Ryan Newman. Halfway point, box number 6. Carlos Savar out of 399. Bobby Allison out of 49. Carolina Blue. And Jesse Live. Andreas Perez-Lara out of 299. John Hunter Nemechek and Michael McDowell. Andreas Perez-Lara, Tyler Ankrum out of 399, Ryan Preece, blue auto out of 49, and Rusty Wallace. Austin Hill out of 299, Jeremy Clement silver, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Carson Quapple, Christian Rose, Zane Smith out of 399, Austin Dillon out of 199, and Lane Riggs. Jake Garcia, Connor Mossack, William Byron out of 299, Matt Kenseth silver, and Haley Deegan. Andreas Perez-Lara, Tyler Ankrum out of 75, Dan Moffitt out of 25, Mojo Auto, and Josh Berry. Christian Rose, Matt Mills out of 399. Corey I'm Silver, and Dale Jarrett. Daniel Hemrick out of 99. Purple. Eric Almirola out of 199. And Jeff Gordon. Lane Riggs. Darryl Waltrip out of 399. Tyler Ancrum and Kevin Harvick. Ooh, Richard Petty, legendary signatures, 5 out of 10, Mojo. Daniel Dye out of 99, and Mark Martin, black gold out of 5. Bubba Wallace. William Sawash. Tucker Reds Life out of 399, Chandler Smith, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Nick Sanchez out of 399, Austin Hill Silver, Auto, and Bubba Wallace out of 49, Pot of Gold. Andreas Perez Alarm. Christian X out of 299. Josh Williams out of 25, Brad Keselowski. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of 399, Noah Gragson Silver, and Brad Keselowski. Christian Rose. Christian Rose, Greg Biffle out of 299, Jack Wood, red auto out of 99, Ty Gibbs. Jake Garcia. Connor Mossack. Jake Garcia, Dale Jarrett out of 75, Josh Berry, and Sammy Smith. Connor Mossack. Alan Kulwicki out of 399, Ryan Newman out of 199, and Alex Bowman. Jeff Gordon out of 299, John Hunter Nemechek, and Tyler Reddick. Dennis Suarez out of 99, Greg Biffle Silver, and Mark Martin. Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs. Carl Edwards out of 399, Ryan Newman out of 199, and Brad Keselowski. William Sawash. William Sawash. Chris Bell out of 99. Matt Kenseth and Carson Osavar. William Sawash, Silver Auto. Jimmy Johnson out of 399. Natalie Decker, Carolina Blue out of 49. And Matt Kenseth. Lane Riggs red out of 299, Carl Edwards Silver, and Noah Gragson. Box break. Bobby Allison out of 99, Chase Briscoe to 199, and Mark Martin. Christian Rose. Just Live out of 399, Chase Elliott Silver, and Brad Keselowski. Jake Garcia, Connor Mossack, Andreas Perez-Lara, Jeff Gordon out of 299, and redemption. Scripps Prisms Blue, Parker Retzlaff, that should be out of 49. Carson Osavar. Christian Rose, Ty Dillon out of 399, Chris Buescher and Matt Kidden. Jake Garcia, Connor Mossack, Casey Kane out of 299, Tony Stewart out of 199, Noah Gragson. Dad Moffitt out of 399, Terry Labonte Silver, and Kyle Larson out of 49. Lane Riggs, Cole Custer, red, out of 299. Daniel Dye, out of 99. Kurt Busch. Jimmy Johnson out of 75. Cole Custer, silver, and Brad Keselowski. Lane Riggs, Christian X out of 399 to William Byron, gold, 9 out of 10. Josh Berry. Tanner Gray out of 299. Alex going silver, and Justin Haley. Williamson Walsh. Silver auto for Justin Allgaier. Michael McDowell out of 399. Shane Van Gisbergen out of 199. Nice. And Rusty Wallace. Shane Van Gisbergen. Bobby Allison, red out of 299. Eric Almirola, silver, and Tony Stewart. Box number 9. Carlos Aguabo, Chase Briscoe out of 399. Tanner Gray silver, and Ryan Priest. Carlos Aguabo. Richard Petty out of 299. Kurt Busch out of 199. Jeff Gordon. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of 399. Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick. Ross Chastain out of 399. Todd Dillon out of 99. Noah Gragson. Dennis Suarez out of 299. Matt Mills and Tony Stewart, groovy, out of 99. Ross Chastain out of 299. Jamie McMurray out of 49. Justin Allgaier. Andreas Perez-Alara. Clint Boyer out of 399. Silver Nick Sanchez. Ryder Carruth. Andreas Perez-Alara. Christian Rose. William Byron out of 399. Jeff Burton out of 99. Denny Hamlin. Christian Rose. Jake Garcia. Connor Mossack. Alex Bowman out of 99. Keith Kane Silver. And Chris Bell. Jake Garcia. Connor Mossack. Tony B out of 99. Jeff Gordon out of 199. William Byron. Rusty Wallace out of 399. Russell Quabble and Justin Live. Chase Briscoe out of 99. Corey Heim out of 299. Todd Gilliland out of 199. And Chris Bell. Box number 10. Shane Van Gisbergen, Eric Camarella out of 75, Austin Hill out of 25, and Chris Buescher. Shane Van Gisbergen, Cole Custer out of 399, Darryl Waltrip, and Kevin Harvick. Todd Dillon out of 299. Ryan Vargas 98 out of 99. Dale Jarrett. Ryan Newman out of 399. Tony Stewart and William Byron. Rusty Wallace out of 299. Clint Boyer out of 199. And William Byron. Russell Quabble. Bobby Allison out of 399. Austin Hill Silver and Ryan Newman. Russell Quabble. Christian X out of 299. Andreas Perez-Alara, Silver Auto, and Ty Gibbs. Brandon Jones out of 399. AJ Allmendinger Silver, and Sammy Smith. Bill Elliott out of 299. Roger Carruth out of 199. Bubba Wallace out of 99. Kyle Busch out of 399. Ryan Newman Silver and Alex Bowman. Tyler Reddick, Silver Auto. Kurt Busch out of 99. Josh Williams out of 49, Carolina Blue. And Color Blast. Boom. Jimmy Johnson take that. It's about time for another one. Supposed to be every 5 cases. This is our third on case number 14, so makes sense. Austin Citric out of 399, Roger Caruth, silver, and Tyler Reddick. Box number 11. Lane Riggs, Kevin Harvick out of 299, Kyle Busch, Carolina Blue out of 49, and Tony Stewart. Justin Allgaier to 399, Jake Garcia silver, and Ty Gibbs. Lane Riggs, Williams to watch. Riley Earps out of 399, or out of 299, Tanner Gray, 44-49, and Ross Chastain. Williams to watch. John Hunter Nemechek out of 399, Chris Buescher, and William Byron. Sam Mayer out of 299, Sheldon Creed out of 199, and Ross Chastain. Shane Van Gisbergen, Josh Williams out of 75, Bill Elliott silver, and Kyle Busch. Ryan Blaney out of 399, Jeremy Clements silver auto, Kyle Busch, Groovy. Shane Van Gisbergen, Carson Quapple out of 299, Cole Custer silver, and Joey Logano. Carson Osavar out of 399, Chris Buescher out of 199, and Martin Truex Jr. Out of 99, Harrison Burton, Connor Mossack, and Denny Hamlin. Carson Quapple, blue auto for Dale Earnhardt Jr. 22/25. Josh Berry at 399. Ben Rose at 25. Mojo and Alex Bowman. Danica Patrick at 99. Eric Almirola silver, and Austin Cindric. Final box of the break, box number 12. Good luck, everybody. Nick Sanchez out of 399. Thad Moffitt silver, and Casey Kane. Lane Riggs. Denny Hamlin out of 399. Corey LaJoie out of 25. And Ty Gibbs out of 49. Williams Watch. Denny Hamlin out of 99. Darryl Waltrip Silver. And Chris Bell. Williams Watch. Kevin Harvick out of 399. Brett Holmes Silver Auto. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Jarrett out of 299. Jamie McMurray and Chase Elliott. Jimmy Johnson out of 399. Christian X out of 199. And Ryan Blaney. Shane Van Gisbergen. Danny Patrick out of 299. Austin Hill Silver and Ryan Blaney. Sam Mayer out of 399. Tyler Ankrum Gold 1 out of 10. And Daniel Suarez. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Red out of 299. Ty Gibbs Silver and Bill Elliott. Alan Kowicki out of 75. Natalie Decker out of 199. And Kyle Busch. Dennis Suarez out of 399. Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs out of 99. And final pack of the break. Jose Quabble. Connor Mossack Silver Auto. Jamie McMurray out of 299. Nick Sanchez out of 49. Carolina Blue. And Bubba Wallace. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break as always. Really do appreciate it. We do have more of this up and listed. And we will also have NT. We're supposed to coming out next month. Go ahead and get a hit recap going here. For the hits, Kyle Larson, Ty Dillon, Sheldon Creed, Ryan Newman, Justin Haley, Daniel Hemrick, Nick Sanchez, Jake Garcia, Ty Dillon, Chris Buescher, Brandon Jones, Kyle Petty, Ben Rhodes, William Swatch, Richard Petty, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Austin Cindric, Jeff Gordon, Ryan Priest, Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Darryl Waltrip, Ryan Blaney, Lawless Allen, Ryan Newman, Mark Martin, Cole Custer, Kyle Busch, Sheldon Creed, Matt DiBenedetto, Kyle Busch, Daniel Dye, Bobby Allison, Carl Edwards, and Justin Allgaier. Eric Jones, Tony Brazinger, Jimmy Johnson, Josh Berry, Daniel Dye, Bobby Allison, Daniel Hemrick, Richard Petty, Tommy Joe Martins, Nick Sanchez, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Newman, Shane Van Gisbergen, Ben Rhodes, Sammy Smith, Tyler Reddick, Dale Jarrett, Dennis Suarez, William Byron, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, Brandon Jones, Carl Edwards, and Nick Sanchez. Natalie Decker, Martin Truex Jr., Todd Gilliland, Matt DiBenedetto, Christian X, Alan Kulwicki, Todd Gilliland, Sage Karam, Cole Custer, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Austin Cindric, Noah Gragson, Kurt Busch, Alan Kulwicki, Tony Brazinger, Greg Biffle, Ben Rhodes, Austin Cindric, Gold for Jesse Liv, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Priest, Dave Blaney, Justin Haley, Richard Petty, Gold, Parker Retzlaff, Martin Truex Jr., Tony Stewart, Lane Riggs, Ty Dillon, Terry Labonte, Brandon Jones, Dale Jarrett, and Dennis Suarez. Corey Allen, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Jones, Brandon Carruth, Cole Custer, Carson Osavar, Bobby Allison, Andreas Perez-Alara, Tyler Ankrum, Ryan Priest, Austin Hill, Zane Smith, Austin Dillon, William Byron, Tyler Ankrum, Thad Moffitt, Matt Mills, Daniel Hemrick, Eric Almirola, Darryl Waltrip, and Richard Petty. Daniel Dye, Mark Martin, Parker Retzlaff, Nick Sanchez, Austin Hill, Bubba Wallace, Christian X, Josh Williams, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Greg Biffle, Jack Wood, Dale Jarrett, Alan Kulwicki, Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon, Daniel Suarez, Carl Edwards, Ryan Newman, Chris Bells, William Swatch, Jimmy Johnson, Natalie Decker, Lane Riggs, Bobby Allison, Chase Briscoe, just live. Jeff Gordon, Parker Retzlaff, and Ty Dillon. Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, Thad Moffitt, Kyle Larson, Cole Custer, Daniel Dye, Jimmy Johnson, Christian X, William Byron, gold out of 10, Tanner Gray, Justin Allgaier, Shane Van Gisbergen, Michael McDowell, Bobby Allison, Chase Briscoe, Richard Petty, Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ross Chastain, Ty Dillon, Dennis Suarez, Tony Stewart, Ross Chastain, Jamie McMurray, Clint Boyer, William Byron, Jeff Burton, and Alex Bowman. Tony B, Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Chase Briscoe, Corey Heim, Todd Gilliland, Eric Almirola, Austin Hill, Cole Custer, Ty Dillon, Ryan Vargas, Ryan Newman, Rusty Wallace, Clint Boyer, Bobby Allison, Christian X, Andreas Presolara, Brandon Jones, Bill Elliott, Roger Caruth, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, Kurt Busch, Josh Williams, and Austin Cedric. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Justin Allgaier, Riley Herbst, Tanner Gray, John Hunter Nemechek, Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, Josh Williams, Ryan Blaney, Jeremy Clements, Carson Quapple, Carson Osavar, Chris Buescher, and Harrison Burton. Dylan Hart Jr. Out of 25, Josh Berry. Ben Rhodes, Danica Patrick, Nick Sanchez, Denny Hamlin, Corey LaJoy, Ty Gibbs, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Brett Holmes, Dale Jarrett, Jimmy Johnson, Christian X, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer. Tyler Ackman, gold out of 10. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alan Kulwicki, Natalie Decker, Daniel Suarez, Ty Gibbs, Connor Mossack, Jamie McMurray, Nick Sanchez, and Color Blast, Jimmy Johnson. And that'll do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Really do appreciate that. Look forward to having y'all in here sometime in the near future. And we are on to the next break in about 10-ish minutes. To see you back here then. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2024 Leaf Collectible Multisport to get into. When we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know when we go live and be live. Also, you mentioned a note purchase necessary for link down in the description. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. Rudy Tomjanovich, 1/1. Don Mattingly, 1/1. Mark Gui, 5/8. Alyssa Peely, 1/1. And Travis Hunter, 1/1. Boom. Good start. One of one printing plate. Mookie Wilson. Brock Purdy, 1/1. Gianni Damon, 1/1. Steve Nash, 2/10. And Magic Johnson, 3/10. Camilo Cardoso, 1/1. Jem Everett, 1/1. Paul O'Neill, 9/10. Bartolo Colon, 1/3. And Nolan Ryan, 3/5. Jana Daniels, 1/1 printing plate. Lynn Dickey, 1/1. John Kruk, 2/10. Juju Lewis, 5/6. And Allen Iverson, 2/7. Fernando Torres, 1/1. John Schmaltz, 1/1. Rocket Ismail, 6/7. Darwin Nunez, 5/8. And Floyd Mayweather and Goldberg, 2/4 dual auto. 173-0 and 50-0. Boom. That'll be going to random.org here at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that. Box number 6. Emily Sonnet, 1/1. Adam Gates, 1/1. Steven Stamkos, 2/7. Tino Martinez, 4/5. And John Morant, 1/1. One of one, Mr. Live It Done. Dave Casper, 101. Hulk Siddershia, 204. Maram Dwalashvili, 2/6. And Jim McMahon, 1/1. Box of 8. One of one, printing plate for Billy Wagner. Michael B. Jordan. 1/1. He's just matte. I thought it would be kind of shiny or glossy or something, but nope, that is a matte white. Raymond Baroque, 1/1. Larry Johnson, 4/4. And Hendrick, 4/7. Jeff Hurst, 1/1. Mickey Hatcher, 1/1. Dave Casper, auto, 1/2. Charlie Scott, 3/8. And Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco, 20/20. Dual auto. And final box of the break. Good luck, everybody. Tommy Fury, 1/1. Udonis Haslam, 1/1. Joe Dumars, 5/7. Michael Vick, 4/8. And to close us out, 1/1. Jaden Daniels. Boom. And that'll do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Really do appreciate it. We've got plenty more of this, as well as all types of other multi-sport stuff from Leaf up and running. So look forward to having y'all back in here sometime very soon for more. For the hits, Rudy Tomjanovich, Don Mattingly, Mark Goit, Liz Apili, Travis Hunter, 1/1. Printing plate for Mookie Wilson, 1/1. Brock Purdy, Johnny Damon, Steve Nash, Magic Johnson, Camilo Cardoso, Jim Everett, Paul O'Neill, Bartolo Colon, Nolan Ryan, Jaden Daniels, Lynn Dickey, John Kruk, Juju Lewis, Allen Iverson, Fernando Torres, John Schmaltz, Rocket Ismail, Darwin Nunez, Emily Sonnet, Adam Gates, Steven Stamkos, Tino Martinez, John Morant, and Leave It Done. Dave Casper, Hook, Rod Walashvili, Jim McMahon, 1/1 printing plate for Billy Wagner, Michael B. Jordan, Raymond Baroque, Larry Johnson, Hendrick, Jeff Hurst, Mickey Mantle, or Mickey Hatcher, excuse me, Dave Casper, Charlie Scott, Tommy Fury, Udonis Haslam, Joe Dumars, Mike Vick, and 1/1 Jaden Daniels. And for the duels, Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco, 20/20. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Goldberg, 2/4. Got to pull up random.org and get these taken care of in just a second. So stay tuned for any of these four fellas. Be right back. All right, we have good run of the board pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Got a 3 or higher to be valid for us. I'm going to go 9 times on each random. Starting with Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco out of 20. That is 8 times. Final roll. Jose Canseco coming out on top. And out of 4, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Goldberg. Final roll. Goldberg coming out on top. Congratulations to everybody that hit and the winners of the randoms. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. Look forward to having you all back here sometime soon. And if you are in Prospect Edition, that is coming up in about 5 minutes. Gonna get that set up and good to go. All right, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm Beeb. Today we've got one case of 2024 Panini Prospect Edition Baseball to get into. Well, we get started. Feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save it as a seller on eBay. That'll make it done, but you need to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we'll go live to be live. Also, need to mention no purchase necessary. Link down in the description. Come on. There we go. Oh, lost one. Almost a perfect zone. All right. Move these around a little bit. All right, good luck, everybody. It feels like a massive waste of cardboard, but what do I know? Eric Batoni, Emilian Pichare, Trey Savage, Chase Dollander, Chase Burns out of 199, auto for Jake Bloss, Tyson Lewis, and Charles Harlan. Ryan Campos, Bryce McCage, Blake Mitchell. 6 out of 10 for Blake Mitchell. It's a gold. Brady Montgomery, Chase Davis, auto for Thomas White, Paul Wilson, and Charlie Soto. It's backwards? Oh, it's not even that it's backwards. Aha. Oh, set that down real quick. One sec. Let me restart this camera. I think it's this one. As well, we keep the dual camera set up just in case one of them decides to crap out on us. And looks like this one did. Let's see where you at. Alright, there we go. Have to unplug it and plug it back in. Alright, we are back. Kadeem DL, Jonathan Klass, Ryan Waldschmidt out of 199, Tommy White, Paul Skeens, Tyson Neighbors, backwards for some reason, Cooper Pratt, and Bryce Matthews to cover the hit so you can only see up here. Go for Blake Mitchell, that's nice. Much better? Oh yeah, definitely. Much better. Thomas Sagessi, Mac Orvath, Josh Noth, Hagen Smith, Jake Bloss, 65 out of 199. 13 of 49, auto for Eddie Reinders. Little scope action. Ethan Salas and Ronnie Green Jr. Nick McLean, Brody Brecht, Blake Mitchell out of 149. Ping for Wyatt Sanford. Simo, cover for the pros. Cooper Pratt, auto, and Bradley Payne, Dave Shields. Luke Coleman, Johnny Formello, PJ Orlando, Travis Bazzana, out of 299, Cole Craig, and auto for Parker Smith, 1 of 99. Jake Wilson and Colt Emerson. Box number 2. Miles Naylor, Joe Enrique Vargas, PJ Orlando, Hollow, Nick Kurtz, Ping, Noah Shanuel, out of 99, Yandel Ricardo, Blue Auto out of 149, Jacob Mizurowski, and Colin Huck. I believe Steven is a little bit behind. We are good to go. Matt Corbat, Arjun Namala, Tommy White, Jacob Mizurowski, Tommy Troy, Caden Scarborough, Alkio Fernandez, and Caleb Culpepper. Is a number card in there? Don't think so. Alright, Steven's catching up. That's good. Walker Yannick, Blake Mitchell, Michael Massey out of 199, Connor Griffin, prepping for the pros, Chris Cortez, and Clark Candioti, Blue Wave, 22 out of 75, Sector Loop, and Simo. Brody Brecht, Thomas Sagessi, Jackson Merrill, 70 out of 79. Kate Horton, Fans Honey Cut, Nick Kurtz out of 199, Fans Honey Cut, and Drew Hackenberg. Chase McDermott, Alan Facundo, Eric Petoni, Connor Griffin, Blake Walters out of 299, Colton Ledbetter, Rentaro Sasaki, and Drew Hackenberg. Mason Montgomery, Heston Kierstad, Jake Geloff, Chase Dallander, Ryan Waldschmidt out of 199. Okay. There's an auto there. I just don't know who said, yeah, sure, use the extremely dead gold marker on the sticker. That's embarrassing. Eric Petoni, 106 out of 199. Promise you the auto's there. Brandon Maia and Nick Kurtz. Woof. Box number 3. Cam Caminti, Drew Beam, Johnny Formello, Travis Mazzana, Ryan Johnson out of 99, Blake Burke, 23 out of 99. Nice. Jackson Ballmeister, and that's your herd. Blake Larson, Clark Candiotti, Adrian Santana, Travis Bazzana. Out of 49, Brody Brecht. Dazen Hill out of 149, Ryan Johnson, and Jackson Kent. Chase Burns, Ryan Lasco, Joseph Redfield, Brody Brecht, Jackson Kent out of 299, Brian Holiday, Nick Kurtz, and Retro Sasaki. So did Matt just have like a ton of kids that all look identical to him? Blake Larson, Clark Candiotti, Tyson Neighbors out of 199, Cade Horton, Carson Bengay, I might not be right, Mason Montgomery out of 125, Simo, and Brandon Maeo. It's like a Phillip Rivers situation. Chase DeLauder, Thomas White, Chase Dollander out of 149, Thomas White, Galen Culpepper out of 199. Auto for Jerron DeBerry, Colin Huck, and Zach DeLoke. Carson Bengay, Grant Taylor, David Shields out of 199. Connor Griffin, Bryce Rader, Brandon Montgomery, Galen Culpepper, and Jacob Mizurowski. Could be Benji. Box number 4. George Lombard Jr., Hagen Smith, Eric Hernandez, Trey Savage, Chase Dollander, 5 out of 10 gold. Jacob Melton, Blue Wave out of 75, Brandon Maea, and Nick Kurtz. Andrew Walters, Mike Romero, Blake Burke out of 149, Steve King, Jake Bloss out of 299, and Thomas Segesi. Zach Loke and Christian Moore. Enrique Bradfield Jr., Christian 4, Luke Holman, Mojo out of 25, Dylan Cruz, Ethan Anderson, Ryan Lasco, auto, Jacob Mizurowski, and Colin Huck. Joe Vetrano, Travis Bazzana, Kyle Teal, die cut, 1 of 7. Boom. That's nice. Noah Schultz, Christian Scott out of 49, Alan Facundo, auto, Hatcher Hurd, and Ty Southstein. Angelo Martinez, Mitch Jeb, Parker Smith out of 79, Jared Thomas, Sebastian Walcott, Brandon Sproat out of 199, Jackson Kent, and Jackson Ballmeister. Blake Burke, Chase Allsup, Heriberto Hernandez, Charlie Condon, Clark Candiotti out of 199, Lucas Shaw, auto, and Retro Sasaki, Ryan Johnson. Cole Messina, Jason Hill, and Jacob Wilson out of 199, Sebastian Walcott, Andrew Walters out of 199, Jerron Debris out of 125, Connor Norby, and Braden Taylor. Brandon Montgomery, Heston Kierstad out of 99, and Charlie Condon, kaboom. Take that. Charlie Condon, Jared Thomas, Brock Porter, Nolan Shanuel, and Jake Bloss. My question is, with them doing kabooms in this, are they still going to be doing kabooms in Stars and Stripes? I assume so, right? I guess it is a different player pool to a certain extent. Yeah, Stars and Stripes is right around the corner. Chase Dollander, Tommy Troy, Antonio Martinez, Trey Savage, Jacob Gonzalez out of 299, Colt Emerson, Blue Wave out of 75, Griffin Herring, and Caden Scarborough. Jace Bowen, Tyson Neighbors, Kip Alderman, Kumar Rocker, Ben Hess, 4 out of 10. Sean Sullivan out of 125, Jacob Mizurowski, and Colin Huck. Travis Sikora, Max Anderson, Dylan Cruz, Kumar Rocker, Grant Shepard, or Shepard's son, I guess, out of 299. He's the son of a shepherd. Fun reference. Yanquiel Fernandez, Kalen Culpepper, and Redemption. College Ties dual autograph gold vinyl 1 of 1. Grant Taylor and Ty Floyd. Boom. One of 1. Congratulations to both of you. Who wins it? That goes to random.org. Unless both buyers are in the chat and want to talk it out, we've got time before the end of the break to figure out what to do with it. Otherwise, if no agreement is had, this is just going to go straight to the random. It'll be random between the two of them, and we'll see what happens. So I will leave it with two buyers. Figure out. Is it paper or chrome product? This is paper and chrome. It's like Donruss to an extent, or Contenders. Has mixed in like paper and chrome product, and like some of these are optic stock. Like this, for example, it's like an optic stock. It's thicker, has like a matte finish on it compared to the paper. Sammy Sephora, Chase Hampton, or like this, for example, Mojo on it. Charlie Condon, 5 out of 25. Noah Schultz. Walker Yannick. Out of 199, Joseph Redfield. Van Tony Cut, and Drew Hackenberg. All the autos are on Chromium stock. Hate to lose at random, I know it. That will be a tough one. I don't particularly like having to random that either. Yeah, like I said, if the two buyers are in the chat, then I can talk in YouTube or eBay Live, whichever. Otherwise, definitely going to the random. We had that happen in Soccer Break for like, I think it was a 1-of-1 triple auto. And they all decided to send it to consignment. So that is a potential option that's available as well. And a Colt Emerson auto, true. What box is this? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Box number 6. I'm just judging on the ones that are on the floor from where I keep listing the box over there. PJ Orlando, Braylon Dowdy, Jacob Wright, Rhett Lauder, Alex Clemmy out of 199, Jesus Baez, auto, Yonkel Fernandez, and Caitlin Culpepper. Heriberto Hernandez, Charlie Condon, Caden Grace out of 199, Tommy White, Carson Bengay, JD Dix, Van Tony Cut, Drew Hackenberg. There's a joke in there somewhere. Cole Foster, Bennett Lee, Caitlin Culpepper, Adrian Santana out of 75, Blue Wave Auto, Connor Norby, and Braden Taylor. Consignment will be best, yeah. We have a really good relationship with a guy named Cards to Consignment here on eBay, and we just sent it to him and let him handle everything. Peyton Toll, Jet Williams, Rentaro Sasaki, Simo, Ping, Travis Sakura out of 299, Chris Cortez out of 199, Luke Little, Blue Auto out of 75, Noah Shanuel, and Jake Bloss. Tyson Neighbors, Bryce Rayner, Carson Bengay, Seaver King, JD Dix, Walker Martin, Griffin Herring, and Caden Scarborough. Max Anderson, Case Bowen, or Jace Bowen, Mason Montgomery, out of 99, Hagen Smith, Peyton Toole, out of 99, Luke Holman auto, Ryan Clifford, and Kyle Teal. So far, I really like this product. This is pretty good. Kind of assumed it would be good. That's why we went ahead and grabbed cases without really knowing anything. Surprised at the actual cost of the case, though. I didn't expect it to be quite as expensive, but solid product. It's similar to like Elite Extra Edition. I've had that, but a lot better. A lot better. Andrew Walters and Mikey Romero. Blake Larson out of 199. Slade Caldwell out of 99. Walker Martin. And Blake Walters, auto. Jared DeBerry and Wyatt Sanford. Ricky Bradfield, Christian Apor, Leo DeVries, 35 out of 79. Tank Hentz, Vance Honeycutt, Barack Porter, Lucas Shaw, and Nate Dome. Lots of autos. Yeah, I mean, that's the upside of it. I was expecting the cost to be probably around like maybe 1,800 to 2,000 for the case. I wasn't expecting it to be nearly as high as it was. PJ Orlando, Braylon Dowdy, Christian Scott, Marcel Lemaire, Drew Hackenberg out of 299, Connor Norby, Thatcher Hurd, and Ty Southsense, or Southacine? Southacine. We'll go with Southacine. Angel Martinez, Mitch Jebb, Gibbo Hughes, Cam Clementi, out of 199, Chase Burns, Peyton Toll, out of 125, Eric Hernandez, and Carson Rockefeller. Blake Burke, Chase Allsup, Griff O'Farrell, Rentaro Sasaki, Charlie Condon out of 299, Nathan Demmer, Lael Lockhart, and Future Legend signatures for Trey Morgan. Redemption. Yeah, they're all on card. That's why most of them are redemptions, right? Which, I mean, that's fine. George Lombard Jr., Hagen Smith, Jesus Baez, out of 149, Roman Anthony, Chase Burns, Ryan Johnson, 64 out of 99, Kent Baldwin, and Yenner Fernandez. I know that's a big debate, on-card versus sticker autos. On-card is definitely cooler, but I'm of the mind that doesn't really matter. Any Nate Dome hits yet? No, sir. We have had one Nate Dome, and that was just a second ago. I know this because that is a memorable name. How many base autos of each exist? Thousands, probably. Knowing how much they pay prospects to sign, the prospects are like breaking their wrists signing autos. I'd say it's easily 1,500 plus for base autos. That'd be my guess, at least. Kellen Lindsley, Caleb Bomer, Cooper Pratt, Travis Bazzana, Francisco Valorio out of 25, JD Gonzalez out of 199, Tommy White, and Chris Cortez. Auto of the person is auto of the person, 100% agree. Chase Burns, Ryan Lasco, Walker Martin out of 149, Travis Bazzana, Deshaun Walton out of 199, Alex Clemming, Red Lauder, and Jacob Gonzalez. Like, if I get a Peyton Manning auto, I don't care if it's written on a piece of paper and put inside a card, if it's like on card, if it's on a sticker, if the sticker's upside down, like, I'm just happy. Blake Larson, Clark Candiotti, Tyson Neighbors out of 199, Cade Horton, Brody Brecht, 18 of 49, Sean Keys, auto, Don Rushing, and Brock Porter. Parker Smith, Bryce Cunningham, Ryan Sloan, Cam Smith, Angel Martinez out of 299. Edberto Hernandez out of 149. Phil McTrimble and Ryan Sloan. Yeah, the base auto is what allows them to make this high a print run as possible for the product. So I'm going to assume it's easily 15 to 2,500 per. Malcolm Moore, Jordan Vivas, David Shields out of 199. There you go, Cards Pack Ripper. You can put number 3 in there. Cal Teal, Charlie Condon, Cooper Pratt, Roderick Arias, and Kevin Sim. Francisco Valorio, Grant Shepardson, Peyton Toll, Nova Meyer, 33 out of 49, Wyatt Sanford, Parker Smith out of 125, Zach Earhart, and Bryce Eldridge. Box number 9. I'm going with 9. Christian DePore, Andrew Walters, Hurston Waldrop, 46 out of 93. Blake Burke, Travis Sikora out of 99. Zach Earhart out of 125. Walker Martin and Joey Oki. Braylon Dowdy, Enrique Bradfield, Colton Ledbetter out of 79. Kevin Lindsay, Angelo Clinchy, Sinte. I think it's Sinte. Fenwick Trimble, and Ryan Sloan. Charlie Condon, PJ Orlando, Kay Denton out of 99, Rhett Lauder. Tommy White, Charlie Condon, base auto, Roderick Arias, and Kevin Sim. Higher ranked crossfire, less base autos. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the easy. Like, there's not going to be 2,000 Charlie Condon base autos. It'll be probably closer to like 250, 300. Chase Alsop, Angel Martinez, Jonathan Klass, James Tibbs, Joey Oki out of 299. Jason Hill, Yandro Ricardo, Angelo Ciente. Hagen Smith, Blake Burke, Drew Hagenberg, Braden Taylor, Ben Hess out of 199, Gabriel Hughes, Josh Knopf, Drew Thorpe. That's how it is with all the products. That's how they always do it. Mikey Romero, George Lombard Jr., Mike Bove out of 199, Cal DeBarge, Ada Miller, Chase McDermott out of 99, Jacob Wright, and Paul Skeens. Shockingly, the only people that really don't do that is Leaf, because their whole thing is we have the like great autos that we make, like Steph Curry, John Morant, Giannis, that we have people signed to us that will sign stuff and we'll have it in our products, and they'll have like 1 or 2 per case of like bigger hits or whatever they put out. That's specifically because they are like the lesser brand, and they know that they're like 3rd place at least. But Thompson Panini, they can just do whatever they want to do. That's why when you're ripping Prizm and you're getting like offensive lineman autographs in different years, or you're getting like a 68th pick in the NBA draft or something, undrafted rookies, all that kind of fun stuff. I think upside with baseball on that is that there's a lot more opportunity and options for the young prospects. Owen Hall, Jackson Merrill, Nick McLean, Simo, Bryce Eldridge out of 299, Andrew Walters out of 199, Carson Rockefeller, and Orlando Martinez. George Lombard Jr., Hagen Smith, Cooper Pratt, Brody Brecht, Blake Burke out of 199, Ping, Ivan Melendez, Leo Lockhart, and Hedrick Hernandez. Blake Burke, Chase Alsop, Tommy Troy, Charlie Condon, Nate Dome out of 199. There you go, David. Aiden May, Yenner Fernandez, and Nathan Dever. Got a chance in baseball? Yeah, as long as it's not a pitcher. Then I don't know if you got a chance. Antonio Martinez, Mitch Jebb, Ryan Waldschmidt, 30 out of 39. Cam Smith, Rangelo Ciente, Orlando Martinez, Wyatt Sanford, and Kip Alderman. Like, Orlando Martinez could easily be the next big thing. Joey Vetrano, Travis Bazzana, Caden Grice out of 199, Charlie Condon, or Heriberto Hernandez out of 299, or Cole Craig. Mojo Auto out of 25. Nate Dome, and Jaron DeBerry. Eddie Reinders, Sean Sullivan, Kendall George out of 149, Noble Meyer, Kyle Teal, go from the back, Ty Susiene, Luke Shaw, and on card, Paul Skeens. Future Legends, 7 of 10. Just because I don't care much for on card, I don't see a difference. I'll still hype it up for you guys, because that is going to sell for a lot more than if it was a sticker. Congratulations. Boom. That is a beauty. Handsome lad. Between you and I, whoever just hit this, it is not gonna even come close to a gem. The print lines and roller lines on the back are horrible. You can even see them through the top loader. It's pretty bad. But that's between us and like all of us here. We're gonna keep it a secret. All right. Boom. A Paul Skeens bid that was worth it. Seriously. That definitely pays off by a large margin. Congratulations. One case in, I'm going to say this is probably the best baseball product of the year. We'll see if we can prove that wrong with case number 2, coming up in like 2 days. Chase Hampton, Travis Sikora, Joey Oki, Emilian Pietra, Alex Clemmy out of 299, Drew Hackenberg, Blue out of 149, Noble Meyer, and Kate Denton. Desmond Hill, Sammy Sephora, Nathan Dever out of 149, Cam Minty, Hagen Smith. Whew. 18 of 49, Christian Moore. That's a beauty. Ivan Luciano, Eddie Morales. Brady Montgomery, Cole Messina, Cole Foster, Rentaro Sasaki, Griff O'Farrell out of 199, Andrew Walters, Sid Finch, not a real person, but okay, and LP Lejevin. Chase Dollander, Tommy Troy, JD Gonzalez, Chase Burns, Hagen Smith out of 199, Matt Horvath out of 199, Steve King, and Trey Savage. Looking for some Stephora. Good news, he's hit a couple. A to B, Hector Rodriguez, Emilian Pietra out of 199, Roman Anthony, Caleb Bonemer out of 299, Thomas Segesi, Griffin Burkholder, and JD Gonzalez. Brandon Sproat, Michael Massey, Yanquiel Fernandez out of 79, Fantoni Cut, Slade Caldwell, LP again, Otto, Gabriel Hughes, and Alex Fleming. Dante Nori for you. I don't think I've said that name. That feels like a name I'd remember. Good news is we have another back half to go. So maybe I will say that name. Oh, well, now y'all are just going to make it impossible. Everybody's asking for stuff. Anyone know if Culpepper has made an appearance yet? Dante Culpepper? He made a couple. Cam Smith, Gino Gruber, Jake Geloff, Tommy White, Christian Moore, 599 out of 199, Max Anderson, Braylon Payne, and David Shields. Christian Scott, Silas Ardwen, Malcolm Moore, Caleb Culpepper, Matt Shaw to 199, Jacob Wilson, Colt Emerson, and Redemption. Future Legend Signatures Red, Travis Sikora. Redemption. Max Muncy, Jackson Wiggins, Carson Bengay out of 149, Steve King, Christian Moore, Orlando Martinez, Tyson Lewis, and Chase Harlan. Cam Comenti, Drew Beam, and gold for Braylon Dowdy. 1 out of 10. There you go, Jim. Patience. Peyton Tool. Fantoni Cut out of 299. Heriberto Hernandez, Paul Wilson, and Charlie Soto. Eddie Rogers, Sean Sullivan, Ivan Melendez out of 199. Million Petrie, Hagen Smith, Bryce Matthews out of 125. Cooper Pratt and Bryce Matthews. Joe Petrano, Travis Bazzana, Silas Arduin, Hagen Smith, Griffin Burkholder to 199, Kemp Alderman, Orlando Martinez, and Jake Chiloff. Box number 13. Francisco Valorio, Grant Shepardson, Dylan Cruz, Brody Brecht, Malcolm Moore out of 199, out of 125, Chase Bowen, Joseph Redfield, and Sean Keys. Kellen Lindsay, Caleb Bonemer, Chase Burns, Cade Horton, Cole Craig out of 199, Brian Holiday, Owen Casey, and franchise future signatures blue, Yohandy Morales. Redemption. Chase Burns, Ryan Lasco, Blake Walters out of 199. Carson Bengay, Yohandy Morales, 32 of 35. Die cut. Out of 125, Orlando Martinez, Tyler Black, and Colton Ledbetter. Blake Larson, Clark Candiati, Kendall George, out of 99, 1 of 99. Thomas White, JD Gonzalez, out of 299. Cole Foster, auto. Ethan Salas, and Ronnie Green Jr. Chase DeLauder, Thomas White, Jace Bowen, out of 149. Connor Griffin, ping. Bryce Rayner. Chris Cortez, out of 49. Braylon Payne. And David Shields. Carson Bengay, Grant Taylor, Mikey Romero, Chase Dollander, Kyle Teal out of 199, Jet Williams, 31 out of 75, Blue Wave Auto, Jacob Wilson, and Colt Emerson. Box number 14. Thomas Agassi, Matt Horvat, Emilian Petrie, Cade Horton, Bryce Matthews out of 49, Charlie Soto out of 149, Yohandy Morales, and Noble Meyer. Nick McLean, Brody Brecht, Zach Earhart, PJ Orlando, Jack Leiter, 10 to 25, JD Gonzalez, LP, Ivan Luciano, Luke Holman, Johnny Formello, Owen Casey, Malcolm Moore, Chase Davis out of 199, Carson Roccaforte out of 199, Tria Savage, and Sid Finch. Eric Batonti, Emilian Petrie, Cam Smith out of 149, Travis Sikora, Drew Gilbert, Tayshawn Walton, JD Gonzalez, and Zebra King. Ryan Campos, Bryce McCage, Mirangelo Ciente out of 25, Dante Nori, said the name finally, Brian Holiday out of 299, Jesus Baez, Alex Fleming, and Griffin Burkholder. Kadeem Dial, Jonathan Klass, Kyle Teal out of 199, Ryan Waldschmidt, Galen Culpepper, Kellen Lindsay out of 125, Ryan Waldschmidt, Gabriel Hughes. Now an auto, okay. Sure, why not? Box number 15. Joe DeTong, Leo DeVries, Lucas Shaw, Brody Brecht, Bryce Eldridge out of 99, Jake Bloss out of 49, Josh Knott, and Drew Thorpe. Tayshawn Walton, Luke Little, Tanner Hall, Charlie Condon, Joe Vitrano out of 99, Young Piotr Fernandez, Jacob Wright, and Paul Skeens. Owen Hall, Jackson Merrill, George Lombard Jr. Nice. 16 to 39. Durangelo Ciente, Jorbit Vivas, 83 out of 90. 90? Yep. Ryan Campos, Walker Martin, and Joey Oki. Alonzo Treadwell, Mike Boave, Walker Martin, Tink Hens, Luke Holman out of 199, out of 125, Caden Scarborough, Caden Grice, and Ryan Waldschmidt. Harrison Waldrop, Christian Napchik, Roderick Arias out of 99, Steve King, Marcelo Mayer, and Tommy White, 9 out of 99, Jacob Mullen, and Jesus Baez. Blake Walters, Matt Shaw, Jet Williams, Christian Moore, Griffo Farrell out of 299, Yohandy Morales, Andiel Ricardo, and Angelo Ciente. Number 16. Christian Lepore, Andrew Walters, Ryan Sloan, Brady Montgomery, Chris Cortez out of 199, Kevin Boave out of 149, Lucas Shaw, and Nate Dome. Braylon Dowdy, Enrique Bradfield, Braylon Dowdy, Paul Skeens, Nick Kurtz out of 99, Thatcher Hurd, Ty to the scene, and Braden Montgomery, first round signatures. Redemption. Charlie Condon, PJ Orlando, Bryce McCage out of 199, Blake Burke, Tommy White, Kevin Sim, auto, Jackson Kent, and Jackson Ballmeister. Cole Foster, Alberto Hernandez, Eric Batonti out of 79, Chase Burns, Jacob Mizurowski out of 299, Eddie Reinders, Rentaro Sasaki, and Ryan Johnson. Jet Williams, Bennett Lee, Jackson Wiggins out of 149, Slade Caldwell, Cash Mayfield, and Franchise Futures on card Brock Porter, 78 of 99. Boom. Brendan Maea and Nick Kurtz. Bryce Rayner, Peyton Toll, Mitch Jebb, Caleb Lamavita, Christian Moore out of 199, Connor Norby out of 199, Zach DeLuke, and Christian Moore. Box 17. Chase Davis, Blake Dunn, Paul Skeens, Blake Burke, Walker Martin out of 299, Jerron DeBerry, Orlando Martinez, and Jake Jelloff. Cam Smith, Gino Gruber, Nate Dome out of 149, Cash Mayfield, Chase Burns, Brandon Maea out of 199, Eric Hernandez, Carson Rockefeller, Christian Scott, Silas Arduin, Charlie Condon, Slade Caldwell, Blake Walters out of 99, Angel Martinez, Ana Fernandez, and Leo Lockhart. Max Muncy, Jackson Wiggins, Yana Fernandez, Caleb Lomavita, Rentaro Sasaki out of 99, Jairo Iriarte. So that 97 out of 99, Camp Alderman, and Nathan Detmer. Cam Kamenti, Drew Beam, Grant Taylor, Kumar Rocker, Mike Sirota out of 299, Alex Clemmy out of 199, Jerron DeBerry, and Wyatt Sanford. Eddie Reinders, Sean Sullivan, Drew Beam out of 199, Walker Yanek, Kumar Rocker, Kevin Sim auto, Lucas Shaw, and Nate Dome. See, I'm willing to bet there's like 5,000 Kevin Sim autos, just based off of the fact that we have like 3 or 4 already this case. Box number 18. Cole Craig, Tanner Hall, Chase Harlan, Chris Cortez, Connor Griffin out of 99, Sean Sullivan, Tyson Lewis, and Chase Harlan. Alan Facundo, Mike Sirota, JD Dix, Connor Griffin, Brandon Sproat out of 299, Paul Wilson, Charlie Soto, and Franchise Future Signatures Blue, Kevin McGonigal. Essen Kierstad, Chase McDermott, Zach Earhart out of 25, Mojo, Tommy Troy, Nick Kurtz, Mason Montgomery, Cooper Pratt, and Bryce Matthews. Blake Mitchell, Mason Montgomery, Christian Moore, 92 or 29 out of 199. Jacob Mizierowski, Jacob Gonzalez out of 99. Out of 149, Blake Walters, Orlando Martinez, and Jake Jiloff. Walker Yannick, Ronnie Green, out of 149, and Braden Montgomery. Kaboom! One case, 2 kabooms, 1 on card. Paul Skeens. 1 of 1. Good start. Meanwhile, Cade Horton has like some weird brown stain on it. Odd. Vance Honeycutt, Barack Porter, Eric Hernandez, and Carson Rockefeller. Miles Naylor, Yoandre Vargas, Andrew Walters, PJ Merlando, Rentaro Sasaki out of 299, and David Shields, Franchise Futures, 60 out of 199. Keep counting, card pack ripper. Keep counting. Nathan Dever and Leah Lockhart. Yes, sir. Blake Walters auto shown up 5 times. Exactly. The cost of like 10 Paul Skeens auto is the cost of like 500 Blake Walters. But upside is the young men are getting paid. Box number 19. Cole Craig, Tanner Hall, Luke Holman, Chase Dollander, Cole Foster, out of 199, Chase Hampton, Drew Hagenberg, and Yanquiel Fernandez. Alan Facundo, Mike Sirota, Connor Norby, Chris Cortez, Kumar Rocker out of 199, and Blue Wave Auto, Ivan Melendez out of 75. Brady Taylor, Vance Honeycutt. That's a Kierstad. Chase McDermott, Chase Dollander, Connor Griffin, Owen Casey out of 299, Chase Allsup out of 75, Jake Bloss, and Connor Norby. Blake Mitchell, Mason Montgomery, Christian Scott out of 99, Nick Kurtz, Alonzo Treadwell out of 99, Nathan Dever, Caden Scarborough, and Nolan Shanuel. Jordan Vargas, Walker Yanek, Jason Hill out of 199, Tommy Troy, Chase the Lauder out of 299, Alan Facundo, Kyle Teal, and Griffin Herring. Arjun Nimala, Miles Naylor, Carson Rockefeller out of 99, Vance Honeycutt, Jacob Mizurowski, Cam Smith, Otto, Cade Denton, and Ryan Clifford. Then we were on to the final box of the break, box number 20. Good luck, everybody. Cole Craig, Tanner Hall, Drew Thorpe, Tommy White, Kyle Lindsley out of 299, out of 49, Eric Hernandez, Gabe Cooler, and Jaro Ariate. Alan Facundo, Mike Sirota, Jacob Milton out of 79, Ben Hess, Rhett Lauder, Dalton Rushing, Kendall George, and Dylan Cruz. That's a Kierstad, Chase McDermott, Braylon Dowdy, Peter Melando, Roderick Arias out of 99, Yohandy Morales, JD Dix, Adrian Santana, Blake Mitchell, Mason Montgomery, Brandon Maia, Brandon Sproat, 44 out of 49, Noah Schultz, Matt Horvath, Joseph Redfield, and Sean Keys. Dominic Vargas, Walker Yanek, Chase DeLauder, Bryce Aldridge, Nathan Denver out of 299, Tyson Lewis, Brian Holiday, and Owen Casey. And final pack of the break. Arjun Nimala, Miles Naylor, Ryan Clifford out of 99, Brandon Montgomery, Theo Gillen, Tyler Black, Colton Ledbetter, and Joandre Vargas out of 125. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break. Really do appreciate it. Sorry it took a little over an hour. I'm expecting to take this long to get this done, but we made it, and I'd say that case was a beautiful thing. A work of art. Now then, we have got a hit recap to do. And due to the formatting of this break, well, this product specifically, it's going to be a long one. And don't forget, we still have to random off a 1-of-1. I'll check our eBay here in a few minutes, see if there's been a message about it from either buyer. Otherwise, the random it goes. For the hits. Mason Montgomery, Jason Hill, Brian Holiday, Tyson Neighbors, Kalen Culpepper, Jerron DeBerry, Jackson Kent, Chase Dallander, Brandon Montgomery, David Shields, Parker Smith, Chase McDermott, Gabriel Hughes, Ben Hess, Jason Hill, Joey Oki, Charlie Condon, Kay Denton, Fenwick Trimble, Colton Ledbetter, Zach Earhart, Travis Sikora, Sikora, Harrison Waldrop, Kendall George, Cole Craig, Edberto Hernandez, Gaten Grice, Orlando Martinez, Ryan Waldschmidt, Nate Dome, Aiden May, Ivan Melendez, Blake Shapen, Andrew Walters, Bryce Eldridge, Walker Martin, Tayshawn Walton, Alex Fleming, Tyson Neighbors, Sean Keys, Angel Martinez, JD Gonzalez, Adrian Santana, JD Dix, Gaten Grice, Jesus Baez, Alex Fleming, Luke Coleman, Mason Montgomery, Walker Martin, Ryan Johnson, Jesus Baez, Trey Morgan, Charlie Condon, Peyton Toll, Chase Burns, Connor Norby, and Drew Hackenberg. Who is in the random? Grant Taylor and Ty Floyd. Brock Porter, Leo DeVries, Blake Walters, Walker Martin, Blake Larson, Francisco Valorio, Heriberto Hernandez, David Shields, Cooper Pratt, Wyatt Stanford, Sean Sullivan, Ben Hess, Colt Emerson, Jacob Gonzalez, Luke Little, Chris Cortez, Travis Sikora, Connor Norby, Christian Moore, Brock Porter, Cam Smith, Carson Rockford, Alan Facundo, Chase DeLauder, Jason Hill, Nathan Dever, Alonzo Treadwell, Christian Scott, Chase Allsup, Owen Casey, Ivan Melendez, Kumar Rocker, Chase Hampton, and Cole Foster. Jake Bloss, Bryce Eldridge, Jacob Milton, Chase Dollander, Ryan Lasko, Luke Coleman, Thomas Segassi, Jake Bloss, Blake Burke, Luke Kashal, Hagen Smith, Emilian Petrie, Matt Gorbat, Andrew Walters, Christian Moore, Nathan Demer, Drew Hagenberg, Alex Fleming, Griff O'Farrell, Kent Ballerin, Jackson Wiggins, Eddie Reinders, Jacob Mizurowski, Kevin Sim, Eric Patonti, Bryce McCage, Brandon Montgomery, Nick Kurtz, Mike Boave, Chris Cortez, Kevin Sim, Drew Beam, Mike Sirota, Alex Fleming, Jairo Iriate, Rentoro Sasaki, and Angel Martinez. Blake Walters, Brando Maia, Nate Dome, Jerron DeBerry, Walker Martin, David Shields, Rentoro Sasaki, Brock Porter, Ronnie Green, Blake Walters, Jake Gonzalez, Christian Moore, Mason Montgomery, Zach Earhart, Kevin McGonigal, Brandon Sproat, Sean Sullivan, Connor Griffin, Parker Smith, Cole Craig, Cooper Pratt, Blake Mitchell, Eddie Reinders, Jake Bloss, Tyson Neighbors, Ryan Waldschmidt, Thomas White, Blake Mitchell, Jake Bloss, Chase Burns, and Yandel Ricardo. Nolan Shanuel, Clark Candiotti, Caden Scarborough, Ryan Waldschmidt, Jackson Merrill, Nick Kurtz, Mike Massey, Blake Walters, Colton Ledbetter, Eric Patonti with the absolute worst auto ever. Brody Brecht, Ryan Johnson, Blake Burke, Clark Candiotti, Brandon Sproat, Parker Smith, Alan Facundo, Christian Scott, Kyle Teal, Brock Porter, Heston Kierstead, Jerron DeBerry, and Andrew Walters. Jacob Wilson, Joseph Redfield, Charlie Condon, Grant Shepardson, Malcolm Moore, Kellen Lindsley, Kyle Teal, Jesus Baez, Brian Holiday, Gerangelo Ciente, Tayshawn Walton, Carson Rockefort, Cam Smith, Chase Davis, Jada Gonzalez, Jack Leiter, Charlie Soto, Bryce Matthews, Yohani Morales, Griff O'Farrell, Tommy White, Roderick Arias, and Ken Scarborough. Luke Holman on the Eric Patonti. I mean, we can. The thing is, it's there. And let me see where to put it. The Eric Patonti auto. It's technically an auto. Like the autograph is there. It's just they used a gold ink on it, so it's like impossible to see. I don't know if they'll do anything for that though. I probably won't replace it. And I'm willing to bet he's probably signed multiple stickers that they used with that. Let's see. It's actually impressive that I can't find it now when I'm looking for it. Now I'm more irritated that I can't find it than anything. I'm just going to keep looking until I find it. Add a little suspense to the random coming up. There it is. Yeah, so it's there. You can kind of make it out, barely. It's just gold. Like, and you know, also like the pen was basically used up. I'm assuming this is from where he was signing for like Stars and Stripes or something. Because he used a lot of gold autos and Stars and Stripes. Anyway, back to what we were doing. And then I got sidetracked with my own mind. Ryan Campos over at Vivas. George Lombard Jr. out of 39. Malco Fernandez, Joey Petrano, Griffin Burkholder, Bryce Matthews, Ivan Melendez, Heriberto Hernandez, Vance Honeycutt, Braylon Dowdy, Orlando Martinez, Carson Bengay, Travis Sikora, Matt Shaw, Max Anderson, Christian Moore, Jet Williams, Kyle Teal, Christian Cortez, Jace Bowen, Cole Foster, J.D. Gonzalez, Kendall George, Orlando Martinez, Yohandy Morales, Blake Walters, Yohandy Morales, Cole Craig, Jace Bowen, Caleb Boner, J.P., Yanquiel Fernandez, and Thomas Sagesi. Kalen Lindsay, Eric Hernandez, Jacob Melton, Dalton Rushing, Roderick Arias, Yohandy Morales, Noah Schultz, Matt Horvath, Nathan Denver, Tyson Lewis, Ryan Clifford, Joe Henry Vargas, Braden Montgomery, Kaboom, Charlie Condon, Kaboom, on card, Paul Skeens, gold auto out of 10. And Grant Taylor, Ty Floyd, College Ties, dual autograph gold vinyl 1 of 1. This will be going to random.org here in just a second, unless we have some kind of notification from both buyers they want to do something different, or at least talk about it. So we're going to check that, and then we'll be good to go with this in a few minutes. Thanks for Travis Hunter 101. You are welcome, my friend. Glad to hit it for you. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes for the random. Alright, we've heard nothing back from any of the buyers, so Grant Taylor, Ty Floyd, 1 of 1 is going to the random. Roll some dice, give it 3 or high to be valid for us. We're going to go 8 times on the random. Good luck to you too. That is 7 times. 4 plus 4 is 8. Final roll. And it is Ty Floyd coming out on top. Congratulations, taking home the dual auto 1 of 1. All right, that is it for us for today. Thank you guys so much for being part of the breaks. As always, really do appreciate it. We look forward to having you back here. I think the next case is ending Saturday to break on Sunday. I feel like that's what we got. So look forward to having y'all back here for that. And until next time, everybody, this has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. So have a great rest of your Thursday and lead to your weekend.